something everyone could take a look at, but my wife was not able to make tonight's meeting. If anyone's just looking to get into Android devices, she highly recommends it if you have a Samsung device. It does not run Android Wear. It runs Samsung's version of it, which I don't remember the name of it. I think it's Tizen. Yeah. But it does not use Google's Android Wear app. But she highly recommends it for fitness purposes. A little bit of a background: I work for a company in Wesley Chapel called CareSync. We make a healthcare app on web, iOS, and Android. I am one of 2 Android developers there. And we have added mobile notifications or notifications for tracking your medications. And in the most recent release, I have added some functionality for the Moto 3, well, for Android Wear devices. So I'm not sure if anyone has done actionable notifications, but when you get a notification from like Gmail and it gives you the option to archive it right there in your notification, that's an actionable button. Is that readable by anybody out there? It seems a little...
It's kind of small. Internally, this is only doing 800.
Yeah, that's what I have it set to. So, I don't know if this is going to help. So, for an actionable notification, process is you build a pending intent for when the person is going to click on that button. And then you add that action as part of your notifications builder. So the pending intent is built here. I won't go into the details, but this will be for taking your medication for if you missed your medication, and then if you want to snooze that notification for 10 minutes. And then those are added to the bottom of the notification here under Add Action. And then as part of Android Wear, you add the you extend the notification using the wearable extender here. So I'm adding the action, the took action and the snooze action, and setting my background to a solid color here. So when I package those up, if you use the extender, the actionable notification that shows up on your phone will not automatically be pushed out to your device, to your wearable device. As soon as you use wearable extender, it nullifies anything that's sent out, so you have to build your own separate notifications. If I were not to add that, it would just spit out the actionable stuff to your wearable device by default, but it kind of looks clunky by default. So in the drop-down menu, let's see if I can exit. I believe I should have a notification. This is not one of the Unfortunately, it did not show up in my emulator here for some reason. I do have it on my phone. But I have the 3 buttons on the bottom of the notification for took, missed, and snooze. But in the wearable version, I took the missed out because missed opens up the app in your phone. So I didn't really want that on the wearable device because it's going to take you out of that quick action that you have. You know, you're busy and you want to use your watch instead. And so the missed would actually open the phone. So you might as well just go to the phone. And I have Androids emulator here for wearable devices, but I was not able to get that to connect to either my Genymotion emulator or my device itself. So the only way I can really display it is with my actual Moto 360. I can pass it around if anyone wants to take a look at it, but it has the tuck button that you can click on and the snooze button, and those are those two extended actions here.
Does Samsung have an emulator image for Motorola?
For the Gear Fit,
Or for whatever that
I
device is?
have, it's a Moto phone as well.
But, I mean, do they have an emulator if you didn't have the equipment?
No, I believe they default to this Android emulator, which you can build separate ones that have, I don't know how familiar you are, but there's a little bar down here. They call it the flat tire. It's like a black bar. It's where Motorola puts their sensor so that the bezel of the watch is actually thinner. So they put their sensor in here. You'll see other wearable devices that have a bigger bezel and they're completely round like the emulator here. So its nickname has become the flat tire at the bottom. I almost don't even notice it anymore. But
So Lee, not being able to use the emulator, is that a function of an update to March, the latest version of Studio? Or
no,
is that...
it's that I haven't spent enough time with it, I guess. I yesterday just started working with Android's emulator. I prefer Genymotion for a phone emulator, and I had a physical device for the wearable to test out my actual notifications. Now, this is not a standalone app on a wearable device. You can actually build a separate app. So if CareSync wanted to build a standalone app for a wearable device, it would be a completely different project outside of this project. I think that's it. Does anybody have any questions?
Is it out on the App Store yet, or?
The CareSync? Yeah, it's been out for quite a while. We're in version 2.11 or 2.10 in the store.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. I think we're done. After we get done, we oftentimes will stay in the room until they kick us out, and then some nights we're still outside for another few hours. So if you have more questions, anybody that wants to stick around, I usually hang out. Harvey usually hangs out. You can ask if you think of more questions on anything we talk about. Ask us later. Next up is I'm going to have Carl go next, but I want you to get your whatever you need to get set up.